Hi friends, time for the next update. On the last video I made, I was at Natalia's house. We were harvesting her plant, and unfortunately we didn't get the results we were expecting. It turned out to be a 90-day lesson, essentially, and we're not going to get much smokable product from what she harvested. We're actually going to uh, use it to make some bubble hash for her. So possibly we'll make an episode about that for sure at some point. But yeah, right now she's just drying, the harvest, and yeah, it's not looking as expected. It's not looking great. So yeah, uh, we're going to start her with a new plant in a couple of weeks, and we're not gonna do a step-by-step filming as we did before, but I will give an update of how things turn out and anything else that we may learn from her experience. Okay, aside from that, one new thing is that I have been trying to start a new strain. It's called GMO Cookies. I'm pretty excited about it. It's got some really great reviews. So if you have dealt with it or if you have recommendations about other strains, please feel free to post. I'm always looking for new strains to try out. All right, so let's get started just running through all my tents and chat about them a little bit. All right, let's start with my 32 by 32 veg tent, currently powered by a fairly weak Poseida light. Let's see what we got. So here is a nice big one, looking good. This is a Bruce Banner, one of the new strains I've been growing. And yeah, this is probably the third one I've started. They're very healthy, very vibrant. Possibly not my favorite strain after trying it, but it is very nice, relaxed high for those that like that. Okay, so let's move on. So this is the new one I started growing. It's called GMO Cookies. I'm pretty excited about it. It's looking healthy, looking robust. Looks like it's gonna need some nitrogen soon, since the green color isn't quite as green as I would like it. But at this point, I'm pretty confident that it's going to survive. It's interesting how every strain behaves a little differently. I would like to top it at some point, but so far I'm not seeing any good opportunities for topping. Looks like there's like two separate buds growing on top. So yeah, hopefully once I add some nitrogen, some of this growth will kind of balance out, and I'll get a better idea of how to move forward with it. All right, here we have a nice healthy triple X OG indica hybrid. This is a J1 sativa. Let's see what we have in the corner here. Oh, here we have a little God's gift. Not quite sure this one's gonna make it, but yeah, I'm gonna keep it moist to give it a chance. In here, let's see what we have. This is another God's gift, little clone, and I've kind of neglected some of these God's gift plants, so I'm hoping this one gets rooted, or I'm gonna have to start a God's gift from seed again at some point, which I haven't done in probably, I don't know, I want to say like 2 years or so. So that would be a bit of a fail on my part. But hey, there are a lot of new strains flying around here, so maybe a break from God's gift would be okay. Especially since I am growing two nice big ones in the tent next door currently, which I'll show you right now. All right, this is the God's gift tent right now. Here we have two nice big healthy ones. One has been flowering for almost 2 weeks longer than the other, which is this one, and we have about a little bit less than a month left on it. But yeah, they're both looking nice, robust, and healthy. And they should produce at least 8 ounces, I want to say. I am still using the little bender clips, and I really do like how they expose the buds that normally wouldn't get as much light to light. They kind of help me space everything out, you know, along with the trellis. The trellis definitely still very useful. So yeah, this is looking great. And it is cooling down in Phoenix, so it's going to be much easier to have some nice results going forward. All right, let's move on. All right, this is the next flower tent. This is a 2x4 with a Mars Hydro light. The previous one was a 32x32 with also a nice strong Mars Hydro. I've actually been keeping these at like 75% because it has been pretty hot. It's cooling down, so I'm going to start raising their intensity a bit. As you can see, I am getting some solid results. This one is a J1 plant. It's been going for about like 68 days now. I think I'm pushing it a bit. I've been seeing some, I checked the trichomes by zooming in with my little zoom in device. I haven't mentioned this one for a while, so yeah, I definitely recommend getting one of these phone connected digital zoom ins. I'll post a picture, I'll overlay a picture of the video just to show how that looks. And I always use that to check the trichomes as I get close to the harvest. And yeah, this one is starting to get some amber colored trichomes, which usually is a good indication of harvesting. Of course, every strain is different. You for sure want to look for cloudiness first, and yeah, often just the cloudiness itself is enough to let you know that you're pretty good bed is to harvest. But again, the main indicator would be the days of harvest. So this one, you know, I always recommend Googling the strain and how the recommended indoor time is, and you know, try to be more thorough at checking the trichomes around that time. But yeah, this one I probably could have already harvested a day ago. As you can see, it's looking super healthy, super robust. The hairs, there's still some white hairs. That's another indicator of harvest time. So there is still some, you know, growth on the trichomes being done from what I can tell, but not on every bud. And after this video, I am planning to chop it and hang it up. So this one, I just put it in here the other day, maybe like 2 or 3 days ago. It's a Bruce Banner. It's not as big as I usually let my plants get, but my veg tent was getting a bit crowded, so I decided to move it over. And yeah, so far my experience with Bruce Banner is they do pop pretty good. They do get taller when you start flowering, so I expect this to you know, thicken up a little bit. Let me trim off the bottom here. And yeah, so far looking healthy, good start. Using my little bending clips to optimize it, and once I get my J1 out of here, I'll spread it out a bit more. And last thing I wanted to show you guys is just my mini little dry tent that is actually the perfect size and has worked marvelously. And yeah, I've kept it pretty much similar for the past 1.5 years or so. You know, I have some paracord on top to hang my cut branches from. I use little metal clips. I clip on the branches, then I use the little hook to hang it from the paracord. I have a little fan pointing at the bottom, making sure not to point at any of the buds. Then I have a little humidity switch connected to an inline filter, inline fan and filter. And it just, it's controlled by this humidity switch. So when the humidity gets past a certain amount, it gets too humid, then it sucks out the air in there and makes it less humid. So I usually like to keep it around 60% humidity when the tent is closed. And if it gets too dry, I'll add a little moisture into this little cocoa perlite mix here on the bottom. All right, well, that's about it. That's the end of this this update. And again, next, I am still trying to work with Natalia to get a good result. That was a little disappointing, and I might get some other friends to give it a try as well at some point. Once I once I finish with Natalia, I'll probably repurpose some of that the equipment and let somebody else learn how to do it. And of course, if Natalia wants to keep the equipment, then I'll just give it to her at cost. All right, friends. Well, I hope your grows are growing well. Let me know if you have any recommendations for new seeds that you enjoy. I guess I'm probably most interested in high THC seeds at the moment, just because friends that I have that do like to partake. I think it's the most easiest to share, smaller quantities when there is high THC content. All right, I'll see you guys later. Hope you have a great Monday like I'm having right now, and everything goes well for y'all.